Eli's coming.
Do not think you will be saved by your rituals, by going to the temple. It is not sacrifices the Lord demands. Bring no more vain offerings, saith the Lord. I delight not in the blood of bullocks and of lambs. The sacrifice God demands is a repentant heart.
What do we do then to be saved?
Change your heart. Take the right way. The Lord said, my ways are not your ways.
Why speak as though none of us know the way to salvation? We know the law as well as you, and we try to obey it.
We are the sons of Abraham. We have always kept the law.
To those of you that deem themselves just and pious, I say that you must bring the fruits of repentance. Do not content yourself with saying, Abraham was our father, and that is enough to save us. Any one of these stones and turn it into a son of Abraham. In whom I am well pleased.
Dear Muslim, I think that there is a problem, that you don't realize that's a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about this problem. You see, Muslim, you want for me to accept you as true because you are in Islam, which you want me to believe is true, of the religion founded by a man that you want me to believe is true, who said he was the messenger of a God that you want me to believe is true, and gave you a book that you want me to believe is true. Okay, Muslim? Since we do what you ask, you never do what we ask, but since we do what you ask, and we read the Quran, and we read in the Quran that it says that Allah is a deceiver, that Allah guides people into deception, and God leads people into error and astray. So why should I then, therefore, believe you? If your very God is a deceiver, your prophet is a deceiver, your Quran is a deceiver, what else can you be, Muslim? A deceiver. Now, I know that's harsh to say, and then you'll be screaming, hate speech, hate speech. Since when is reading to you from your Quran hate speech? If it is, then apparently you must not agree with your Quran. But let's discuss this. It is very evident and clear. So your Quran claims itself to be clear and concise, and that man claimed that he was given precise speech. Okay, so if it's clear, concise, precise, then there's no ambiguity, and there's no such thing as you putting hidden meanings into it. So we got to read it as it says, right? That's what the Quran demands. So the Quran says of itself that Allah is a liar. Allah is not only a liar, he's the deceiver, the greatest of deceivers. So the greatest of deceivers leads people into error. And how does he do that, Muslim? By deceiving them. Right? Now, we have to accept that the Quran is honest when it comes to calling Allah a deceiver. Because if it were true, it could not say that it's a deceiver. You understand that? If it's true, it cannot be a deceiver. And if it's a deceiver, it cannot be true. So the Quran and Allah are either true or not. They're either true or false. So it can't be both at the same time, just by the very definitions. Okay? So when I see the words, Allah is a deceiver, then am I supposed to believe that he's true? So, you can't make deception true, Muslim. It's impossible. You cannot make deception true. You can say it's true that someone is a deceiver. That you can say because they are in deception. However, since you're the one who claims that Allah is true, but the Quran calls him a deceiver, we're going to presume for you that if Allah is true, and he is the one who told you that Jesus never died and that Jesus is not the Son of God, then you're going to have to say this. If Allah is true and he guided you to the belief that Jesus is not the Son of God and Jesus was not crucified, but if he's true and then he led us, guided us, Christians, into that belief, then which is the truth, Muslim? You see, you cannot say then that Jesus is not the Son of God because Allah himself was the one who guided the Christians into that, right? Allah's the one who guided the Christians into that belief, according to you. So, if Allah is true, then the crucifixion is true. And he is the Son of God. Now, are you going to say that Allah is a deceiver or not? So, if Allah is a deceiver, and he's the one guiding you, Muslim, where is the only place that Allah can guide you to? If you say the truth, again, you have to claim he guided the Christians into truth. But he's a deceiver. And since the Christians and the disbelievers, he said he's going to let them fall away. He's not going to guide them at all. But he guides you. So if he guides the believer and he is a deceiver while he is guiding you, then he guided you into the disbelief that Jesus is the Son of God and Jesus was crucified. You see, intellectually, Islam is impossible and false. Logically, rationally, there's no denial now. Allah's a deceiver. Allah calls himself a deceiver. The Quran calls him a deceiver. Your prophet calls him a deceiver. But if you do not call him a deceiver, then you are in shirk. Right? You have to be 100% submitted to Allah in Islam. Therefore, call him a deceiver. Say he guides people in deception. Can you do that? Is that possible for you to do? See, you can't say he's the truth. You have to agree with the Quran. The Quran says he guides people into error. He guides people by deception. And since he's not guiding us, right, he's not guiding us. Because he said he's going to let us go astray, right? He let us go astray, but guides you. But he's a deceiver. And so where is he guiding you to? He can't guide you into the truth, because there ain't no truth to guide you into from him. You understand? He's not the truth. You know, if you get on the wrong road and you take the wrong road, you'll never end up where you're going, right? The only way that you can get off that wrong road is turn around and go back, right? Okay, let's do it like you use examples, right? Like I heard one of you say, oh, here's a glass of water. Okay, a glass of water. And in it is, the water's pure, right? What happens if you add one more oxygen to that? Water's H2O. But what happens if you add one more oxygen to that? It's no longer water, it's hydrogen peroxide. Right? That basic level right there, but just adding one thing made it completely different. Now, didn't it? And that one thing was the same as what the other was. Now, isn't that funny? So you see the problem now, Muslim. Your Quran claims to guide you. Your Quran claims that it was given by Allah, and yet it also says that it wasn't. Yes, it does in Quran chapter 6. It says, even if we had sent down the scripture, even if we had sent, not to us because he's not guiding us, so it don't matter, right? He's left us out there astray, right? Right? He's left us out there astray. But you, he guided. And he guided you into not believing Jesus is the Son of God. But he's deceiving you because he leads by deception. He guides by deception, does he not? Where has he guided you to, Muslim? He's guided you into the faith of disbelief of Jesus Christ. That's where he led you. Therefore, you need to understand some things here, Muslim. You will never make deception true. Never. It will forever be false. Now, Muslim, I fully appreciate that you believe somehow that you're in the truth and that Christians are in the error, but let's go ahead and let's break down some of your objections to the crucifixion. You believe that nobody can bear the sins of another, right? Nobody can bear the punishment for another, right? God can't be killed, right? That's what you believe. You believe those things, right? Well, let me ask you. If Allah caused the whole entire populace there that day to be deceived into thinking that Jesus was on the cross, but it was another man, right? You say he switched bodies with another man and put another man on the cross. So I have to ask you, what did that other man do to be killed like that by Allah? What did he do? See, Allah's the one that put him on the cross, right? So Allah killed him. Right? That's how it would logically be, right? So if Allah killed him, that makes Allah a murderer, doesn't it? Well, now, since Allah's the one that did that, so that the man could be punished instead of Jesus, right? Because the man was killed. So the man was killed for what purpose? Because Jesus went to the cross for the sins of everyone. But since, what? Allah's the one who said to put an innocent man there. So that man is bearing the punishment of another, Allah. So, Allah just sacrificed a man for his sin. And you say that Jesus couldn't do that. Let me say that again. You say that Jesus could not do that. But yet your Allah himself sacrificed a person by putting him on the cross in the place of another man, thereby bearing the sin and the punishment. Now, Muslim, do you think that that's what a just God does? Not only that, to deceive everybody that was there that day, to deceive his mother, that you claim to venerate and love, you claim to love Mary. Allah deceived her, didn't he? By making her believe that was her son when it wasn't, right? Allah did that to the very woman that he tells you to love, to be deceptive to her. Deceptive to his disciples. The ones you claim to believe preached about Allah, which they didn't, but what you claim. So Allah is just, he's unjust, cruel, vindictive, and evil. Because, dear Muslim, that is an evil thing to do. Would you not agree? After you make the claim that no man could bear the sins of another, you have Allah sacrificing a man for his sins, for Allah's sins. Allah's the one who sinned. Allah punished somebody else for what Allah did. And you call that just? And who's the one that made you believe that? Right? The unjust, evil God told you to believe him. Muslim, do you see the problem now? You have a God who is cruel, unjust, evil, vindictive, and deceitful, that put an innocent man on the cross to have that innocent man sacrificed for what Allah did, and that same evil, manipulative, vile, unjust, deceitful God told you not to believe in the crucifixion. He also told you not to believe that Jesus is the Son of God, right? But he's not the Son of Allah. That we will agree with. Why do you want to serve a God like that? I mean, think about it, Muslim. Think about it. If he could do that to anyone. Anyone, doesn't matter. If he could do that to anyone, could he do that to you? Could he kill you and then punish you for his sin? Yes or no, Muslim? He killed Muhammad. Did you know that? You think that was the poison that killed him? It didn't kill him outright. But Allah allowed him to live long enough till he died in agony. Muhammad said early on, he said, if I say anything false about Allah, may he cut my aorta. When he lay dying, he said, Aisha, Allah is cutting my aorta. Allah heard him. The cruel, evil, vindictive, deceitful God heard Muhammad and killed Muhammad exactly like how Muhammad said he would. And you call him the greatest of all the prophets? The one that Allah apparently made the whole universe for? Put his name on the throne? All of that? And then was so vindictive and cruel that he killed him deceitfully. Muslim, I hope that you really start to see just how evil Allah is. But who's the one who told you about Allah? Muhammad. If Muhammad is telling you that your God is that evil, but he's serving that evil God, if he's serving that deceitful God and getting messages from that God that he knows is deceitful, then what's he telling you, Muslim? He's telling you to believe that he's the prophet of that evil God. Did Allah guide you into the belief of Muhammad? Did the Quran guide you into the belief of Muhammad? Who's the one that told you all about Allah? Wasn't the Christian, now was it? Wasn't the Jews, now was it? When you say, oh, all the prophets taught there is one God, worship, have you read the prophets to verify that? If not, if you say I only read the Quran, but you didn't read the prophets to actually see that that's what they preached, I mean, if the deceitful God told you about himself like that, then why did you not go and seek what the prophets actually said? Do you know why you're not allowed to seek them? It's because every one of the prophets prophesied of Jesus Christ to come. That's why. Muslim, I don't follow your deceitful God, but you do. Are you following him by choice or by force? Why are you afraid of Muhammad? I want to know. Why are you afraid of Muhammad? There is no Muhammad right now. There is none. No Muhammad whatsoever. He does not exist. So how can you offend him, Muslim? How can you offend him? It says to kill people that make war with Allah and his messenger, right? Well, how can I make war with a messenger that's not here? He does not exist here on this planet. So how can people make war with Muhammad? Explain. Do you see how led into error that you are? That God, that is the deceiver, told you not to believe in the crucifixion. Now, Muslim, that is not hate to tell you all of that. You claim that he was a warner. Warner of what? Warner of what? That if you don't worship Muhammad, you should be killed? So, Muslim, how can I take you seriously? How can I take your religion seriously if I see written in it an evil, deceitful, wicked God? How can I believe your prophet when he calls himself the messenger of that evil God? How can I believe you, Muslim? You're the one who is telling me that your Allah is true, while at the same time your book says he's not. Which is it that you got to believe, Muslim? Can you tell me? Which one? Because if you say Allah is true, if you say Allah is the truth, and Allah leads according to what it says, Allah leads and guides who he wills, right? So, if he led the Christians that way, but led you Muslims that way, which way is the truth? They both can't be true. But since he says he's going to lead those over there astray without any guide, what does that mean, Muslim? If he leaves those over there astray with no guide, and he's guiding you, and he tells you that there's no crucifixion, guess what? There was the crucifixion. Because he can only lead you by deception. He can only deceive you. So he guided you into that. So which one of us is in error, Muslim? Which one of us? You. Come out of Islam. Eli's coming. Hide your heart now. Thank you for watching.
This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, I have told you before. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Behold, I have told you before. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Behold, I have told you before. No man deceive you. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Then shall the end come. then shall the end come. Therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, he is in the desert, though not forth. Take heed that no man deceive you. Take heed that no man deceive you. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Behold, I have told you before. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come. Then shall the end come.